first and talk later. All the hunters in the dungeon were talking that they really didn't think they would get to see the Bailey Academy get hit in the face twice today. A hunter said that this is way too hilarious. Their pride must be shattered. Lin is way too overpowered, and the Bailey Academy is nothing compared to him. When the Bailey Academy's hunter hear them talking, he get more angry. He ask his team to return first. Then the second day, when Lin wakes up from his sleep, his spirit was fully recovered. He goes back to Dungeon Hall. Lin was thinking that if he can find some oasis fruits again, he'll use that chance to max level his slow curse and skeleton armor skill today. Suddenly a man approached Lin asking him if he is Lin Moyu, who solo clear the Tyrant Dungeon. He told Lin that the headmaster of Bailey Academy wants to meet Lin, so Lin have to follow him. He said that very rudely, so Lin didn't reply him and move on. That man get very angry when he saw that Lin just ignore him. He said that Lin is too bold. Don't Lin know who Bai Lixing is? Lin said no, he don't know. And if that Bai Lixing wants to see Lin, then he should come to Lin himself. That man was very angry, but Lin totally ignore him and goes directly to the Tyrant Dungeon. Dungeon cooldown time for it was 9 days and reset. Cooldown was 2,000 points, and to enter dungeon, 500 points was needed. Lin was worried, thinking that resetting the dungeon and entering it again will cost him a total of 2,500 points. When the other hunters who were in the dungeon hall saw Lin, they thought is Lin going to solo clear the Tyrant Desert again. A hunter said that now, when Lin is familiar with the dungeon, he's going to go in and set a new record again. Shuhan was also there. All the hunters surround her. They all ask Shuhan that their task hasn't been completed yet. Can she help them? Ask Lin if he can take them to clear the Tyrant Desert. They said they can pay Lin points, since Lin can solo clear. He can definitely take them with him, and they will pay him points. Shuhan want a refuge at first, but all the hunters were basically begging her. They said that they will not ask for experience, equipment, or even materials. Shuhan said, all right, she'll help them. On the other hand, that Bai Lixing's underling goes back to him and report that Lin Moyu refuses to come and demands that Bai Lixing see him himself. Bai Lixing said, Lin is bastard who really don't know his limits. His underling agree with him, saying that Lin is too rude. Bai Lixing said that does Lin think he's great just because he cleared the Tyrant Desert? It's just a low-level large dungeon. Lin doesn't understand the second job change. And no matter how strong Lin is now, he may become a piece of trash after the second evolution. Bai Lixing laughs and said since Lin doesn't want to give them face, then they should ignore him. If they encounter Lin outside in the future, they will teach him a lesson. On the other hand, at the dungeon hall, Shuhan told Lin everything. Other hunters who were with Shuhan asked Lin to take them to clear a dungeon once. They just want to complete the task. They ask Lin to please take them along and they will pay 1,000 points. Everything aside, Lin was surprised to hear that it's a task. Shuhan said that it's the dungeon task issued by the academy. Don't Lin know it? A hunter told Lin that they've been stuck at the Tyrant Desert task for too long. If they don't complete it, then it's impossible for them to enter an academy. He said that they don't want experience, equipment, or materials. They just want to clear the dungeon. Lin said sorry, he is a new student, so he didn't know. What everyone were shocked to hear that Lin is a new student. Now they understand why Lin's level is so low. Then all the hunters surround Lin and ask him to take them with him. They can pay Lin points. A hunter said he'll give 1,000 points, so all of them started shouting that they'll also give 1,000 points. Lin thought that he don't have much points after buying his equipment, and resetting the dungeon and entering will cost 2,500 points. But if it's 1,000 per person, then he'll be able to earn 39,000 points, because the max amount of people that can be brought into the dungeon is 40. Lin said, all right. He can help them with the task and they will pay the 1,000 points accordingly. However, Lin have a request. All the hunters get happy when Lin agree. They ask please go ahead and tell what he want, because they just want to clear the task. They don't want anything else. They'll listen to Lin. Lin told them that if they find the oasis fruit, it's Lin's, no matter what. Shuhan was surprised when he heard the oasis fruit, because that's almost never seen in the dungeon. That fruit is extremely rare, and they've never even thought about ever seeing it. That they'll definitely give them to Lin if they ever come across them. Lin said, all right. He can only bring 39 people in one go. Who's coming with him first? When Lin said that, all the hunters rush at him, saying they want to go first. Some hunters ask, Lin to let them go first, because they've been stuck at this dungeon task for almost a year. But Shuhan get angry. He shouted and told everyone to be quiet. She told everyone to queue up nicely and stop fighting amongst yourselves. If Lin Moyu gets irritated and decides to change his mind, what are they going to do? Then all the hunters get in line to go in the tyrant dungeon. When Lin get all the 39,000 points. He thanked his senior sister Shuhan for the trouble. Shuhan said it's nothing, so Lin asked her if she have completed her task. Shuhan said yes. She told Lin to do his stuff and don't mind her. Lin told her that if she have any tasks in the future that she want to do, she can look for Lin. Shuhan laughs and said, all right, if that time comes, Lin can't reject her. Then when Lin entered the dungeon with other hunters, he told them to follow behind and don't run ahead. Hunters told Lin to don't worry, they'll follow Lin, and if Lin say to head east, they'll head east, and if he say to squat, they'll squat. Lin summons his skeleton warrior, and all the ground around Lin get covered in dark green fire. Within the fire, Lin's skeleton warriors comes out. Lin orders them to go and find the oasis fruits. All the hunters were surprised to see Lin's skeleton warrior. A hunter asked that are those Lin Moyu's summoned creatures? No wonder he's a necromancer. They're all undead summons, but isn't that way too many? That's to terrifying. Lin's profession is definitely legendary level. Suddenly level 25. Desert ghost tree, which is extremely strong. Elite monster comes out of the ground, but Lin's skeleton warriors kill them with one shot. What everyone were to shocked to see them killing. Level 25 monster in one shot. A hunter said that it took his party at least 2 minutes to kill this ghost tree. Last time, Lin is too terrifying. How strong are his skeletons? When level 21 silver grade skeleton warriors kill the desert ghost tree, Lin only gets 7,500 experience points instead of 400,000 points. Lin said as expected. The experience given with 39 other people here is way too little. He thought that it's good that he can get 39,000 points, but he should solo clear again a few times after this, because his main objective now is to level up his skills. Few minutes later, when the hunters saw that Lin gathering the monsters, they got worried. Lin gotten over 100 monsters, and Lin summoned the skeleton mages. Hunters thought, is Lin going to rely on their skills to kill all the monsters in one go? But when Lin reached the oasis, he saw that there is no oasis fruit there. It looks like he was lucky the first time, because the oasis fruit isn't something that's commonly found. Lin said that since there's Nomi, he should kill the boss quickly and enter again, and suddenly the skeleton warrior started killing the monsters like crazy. Everyone were surprised. They asked that what is going on, but Lin don't reply them instead. He used his ultimate corpse explosion skill on the monster's corpse. All the corpse around that oasis started exploring, and with that other monsters who were nearly also get killed. Lin saw that his experience is going up non-stop. They want to know that how fast is Lin killing these monsters. When a hunter saw that explosion is Lin's skill, he was too shocked. He said that isn't that just way too overpowered. Lin turned around and told other hunters that he've cleared most of the monsters nearby. They should wait here, he'll call them again after he clear the ant nest. Hunters said no problem. They asked Lin to take their time. All the hunters were very scared, thinking that hasn't it only been 3 hours since they entered the dungeon. But they all were in a state of confusion throughout the dungeon. A hunter said that if he hadn't seen this efficiency with his own eyes, he wouldn't believe it at all. Lin goes to hunt down the desert ants, and all the other hunters were waiting for Lin. 20 minutes passed and everyone were bored. A hunter suggests that why not they go and attack a monster. Since Lin Moyu was killing them so easily, maybe the monsters here aren't that difficult. Thought comes to everyone that should they try. They thought that as professionals their level is also higher than Lin. They should at least be able to kill a monster. Otherwise it feels like they've barely participated in a dungeon attack. And in just 2 minutes they encounter the desert scorpion. A guy who goes to lure monsters accidentally lured in too. Everyone get ready for battle. Supports, ready there. Heals. A guy use his taunt skill. Everyone that this scorpion isn't fully grown, so they should keep there. Cool. Tanker goes in front to stop desert scorpion's moment. But that desert scorpion hit that tanker too hard that he goes flying. Other hunters were shocked to see that this scorpion has such a strong attack. They immediately ask support to heal the tanker. While the tanker was recovering, he asked others that where's their damage dealer. A mage told him to stop shouting and focus on fighting. But the damage dealers couldn't do anything to that scorpion. Scorpion has 6,000 physique. Hunters attack, deal to little damage to the scorpion. A hunter shouted that what kind of damage are they all doing? Scorpion again hit the tanker. Then 2 hunters from back jumped and asked everyone to leave it to them and retreat first after an intense battle. Finally, they were able to kill that desert scorpion. They all were too exhausted after killing a level 25 scorpion. They get 7,000 experience points each. Now they realize that it's way too difficult. The monsters here are ridiculous. Everyone thought as